cold in the desert. It snowed last night. Look at this. It's amazing. We had crazy winds for about 24 hours. And now at about 4 in the afternoon in late February, it's about 38 degrees Fahrenheit. That's pretty cold considering in the summer we'll get up to 118 Fahrenheit. So we're out of our element. I'm going to make this short and sweet. Got this wonderfully ugly truck. Look at the character. It's like Tow Mater's big brother. It's an International S160, but it's very unique because it was made by someone into a CabOver. This doesn't make sense if you know trucks. I think this is Dodge. This is a handmade hood, and it's just something I want to save. It's so cool. See? Save. They saved it for me. It was obviously 2 different company vehicles. I'm reading something towing, not just towing, and then something says real estate.
Wow.
So it was 2 businesses. I have no idea what this bed was purpose-built for, but it looks like a giant Tonka truck. I saw it. It kind of flipped my lid. I was like, must not go to the crusher.
Yeah, you had to sit on it for about a day because he was so excited.
Pretty groovy inside. You know, it's just an old truck. Looks like about a 53-ish International dashboard, the way they're curved with the curved glass. We have the regular truck in the back. It looks almost identical, but this is the high side. It's all tall. Needs just about everything, but that's what we're here to do. Not going to get too much more into detail on this. It's a simple introduction. They put some really rudimentary hood hinges on it, and when it got socked in the nose, one of them broke. So I am here to cut that hinge off and begin the restoration of the little jewel.
The little jewel.
So cool. I love this truck.
I know. I really do too. It's our first baby for this YouTube. It's so exciting.
Oh, that's another thing. The other dune buggy thing was like a warm-up. It was a work in progress. I was like, hey, let's just jump on this and see if we can get something going. 10,000 plus viewers later.
Thank you. Hit the like
subscribers,
button.
Yeah. I bought this. We're going to make a car carrier out of it. Wait till you see what I got planned. But the first thing, just to get the ball rolling, we're going to fix this hood and figure out how we're going to get this thing in the shop.
Somebody asked that. They're like, how is Ian going to get it in the shop? And I was like, he always finds a way.
That's a pretty tall roof.
Yeah.
You just nip this off. I'm not worried about it falling on the ground because, hey, it's not going to get any more bent, right? Look at that.
Easy peasy.
Let's go inside. It's cold.
Little jewel.
Yeah, interesting little thing. So you can see it's a regular pickup truck. Look at the firewall. The firewall's right on the front of the grill.
That's so crazy.
Somebody spent some time. I mean, what a mashup. Looks like something I would have done.
I'm just going to get some interior view for those of you that know trucks. A couple of people commented that they were really excited for this, and we are too. So, yeah.
I got 2 words for this. Neato.
All right, cool. I'm going to go inside.
Yeah, I gotta say, it's inspiring to just do something on my own terms. Because when I work in the shop, I'm fast. Little jewel. That's a big old hood. Oh, look. It looks like they even made this emblem. I think it's a Dodge emblem with an international badge on the front. Let's explore. It's got 2, 3 regular slot head screws. Then we're going to talk about how the guy modified and customized this. You got to see how much welding was done on this. It's pretty neat. Yeah, this is just like super, super interesting. Yeah, looks like it's gonna come out. I think we're good. Awesome. That's one of the things about California. Well, the desert, not really a great fan of California and the politics, but the climate is wonderful. It doesn't rust things. Look at all these welds. Does camera pick that up?
Yeah, it totally does.
Whoever built this was no novice. This is all gas welded. This thing is made out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, plus a border trim. There's a round rod and a hammered edge, all gas welded.
So
Back
gas
before the-
welding, sorry to interrupt you. Gas
What?
welding, I can't hear because I'm on my PPE already. Gas welding, what is that like circa? Like what years? When did they change it to electric?
Oh, it's still done frequently. Yeah, it's just oxyacetylene welding. I say gas just because that's a loose term, but yeah, not gasoline, but the forever. I mean, as soon as they discovered acetylene, maybe they're like,
Oh, okay.
"Ooh, we can do something with this." Yeah, so there's one screw back here, and this is a Phillips screw, so that means it's a little more modern because the slot screws are definitely early. So I don't know, is that international?
We want to know.
Should this be here? It looks sort of like it, but it's just interesting.
So cool.
It's like we got some 1/2-inch bolts holding this part together. Let's get these off. I think we're gonna lose the pinstripe, but we got video documentation of what it looks like, so we can have it redone. There is look, there's a diamond. You almost can barely register that. Wow. Speaking of rust, here we are. Give it up. There's one. Oh.
Oops.
Fast and Furious.
So if you're watching this, we really appreciate if you drop a like and comment. I'm really enjoying answering people back. Ian gets on there and answers folks back. But yeah, drop a like if you're digging this video already.
What's there really to like?
What did you say?
What's there really to like? My nose is running. It's cold. Any second now. Still ain't giving up. All right. I would like to preface this by saying I am no master collision repair guy.
Oh boy. There it is.
But the hammer dolly issue with body repair is always just that. You have a hammer and then you have something you're using as a dolly. This is a real simple one. You got your metal between the two, right? You work in that capacity. We're going to need a big hammer and a big dolly for this. I don't have either. Well, I do, but some folks might use a power hammer. There's a lot of ways to go about it. I do have an English wheel. I'm probably going to attempt to do a little finish work on that. I'm a novice on that as well. But look at this crease. Whack. What a sad day that was. That is in there. And just as a reference, this is supposed to be a dome. Look how deep that is. Wowzers. This poor hood. I really don't even know if I'm going to be able to fix this, but we're going to go anyway. I'm going to use the table as a dolly to start off with. All these awesome fabrication that he did, right? See the welds in there? So interesting. All through here, he welded here. Someone, some talented individual, welded like that. And they put a flat bar around the edge, all finished nice. So I'm gonna grab the BFH. Don't ask. We're rated
Did you see
G.
the question mark above my head?
Bing! And grab the BFH and start hitting it. First, I'm gonna put on my mufflers. This is gonna get loud.
I already have on my eye muffs.
So get ready.
Let it happen, Captain.
Capping.
I said Captain.
Oh, okay. Capping.
We have on our earmuffs. We can't hear anything.
What? So see the ridge here? You got a ridge here, which is actually the biggest indentation. It's kind of like a landscape. It's actually quite fascinatingly beautiful. I'm going to beat it right there, and then I'm going to start womping it there too, in a very organized fashion. Right? The metal was a shape, and then it got unshaped. Prepare to hit it again. We're coming up with this. Look at that. That's where everything went. Ooh, so there's no real crease here. That's just all stress. I'm going to continue to try to knock it on the high spots. Start and flow. I'm using the table at this point, see? I'm going to rock this forward. I'm going to put this on the weld. Another ridge right through here. And that looks like the point of impact. Correct. Look at that. Coming back to life. A big problem, you got a big hammer to fix it. Yes. Whatever you do, don't put your finger. Well, look,
fixed.
It's a dome. It's getting closer. It's still super rough. Look at all this action. It's coming back. Getting a little tear. This will happen a lot with collision repair. Starting to tear because it's very stressed. But I'm going to continue womping it. Got a weird little screw here I'm going to take off too. But I'm going to continue.
It looks better.
Yeah, I'm going to continue pummeling it until it's right. Wires are stuck there. Let's take that out. That's odd. Look at this there. Cool. All right, this corner is pretty gnarly. I'm going to use the table again. See, I'm going to hold this up. That way these points are laying on the table. And I'm going to push that towards the table. Giant cowabunga. I got this idea when I saw a bumper straightening shop. People think of sheet metal as, oh, tap, 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 so gentle. When they're doing bumper repairs, it's this big machine, just gong, gong, gong. Knocks it into shape. That's what I'm doing here. All right, this thing is clubbed pretty close to where I was hoping it would be. Looking at good. Do a little roll up here. Scale off here. Alright, that's just a rough out of what I'm trying to accomplish with this. And I'll say a thing about body filler. I use it liberally. There's a lot of talented people in the world that could hammer finish this to perfection. I start to run out of patience. So now I'm going to use that dolly. I'm going to work on this. She's still got a good dent, but I mean, look, now we're showing a dome again. I'm going to work on a little smaller part of this. This is really just layman's term stuff. Body hammer of sorts. There's all different styles. This one's got a cool little round edge. And I'm going to start with this lumper, push it, and try to fine tune it with that and the dolly. Bring it a little closer.
What's a dolly? What's a dolly?
Come on. You grew up as a young girl in the Midwest.
I don't even know what is that.
Cabbage Patch Kids, Barbie.
I have a feeling you're talking about a different kind of dolly.
This is my little dolly.
Aw, it's so cute.
I know. We spent a lot of time together. Tea parties and the like. Yeah, it's basically a piece of metal that you bang another piece of metal with.
So it like shapes it.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of different contours and edges. Because I'm making this thing a dome, this one's slightly concaved. So I'm just going to start moving it to that flatness and then a little bit more. There's a bunch of them. We can get into that. But again, this is just the beginning stages of this restoration. Maybe not a very exciting video, but this is the lead off to the good stuff. So I have the dolly as a backer. I'm just setting that up as a bridge between the high spot from the collision and then the other smoother part of the existing contour, I guess. And I'm going to hammer it through the low spot here and bring it out. There's an interesting thing. I don't know if you'll be able to register the tone, but you'll hear the hammer hitting the steel as a hollow thing, and then you'll hear that. That's when they meet. As soon as they start to meet, you're in the right realm. I'm just working on the major dented portion of this. Yep. What I'm doing is skating this thing around and trying to push it all as close to where it should be as possible. There's a big low spot in here. I think I'm just going to hit that. This is all wonderful rubber hammer. I just pop that. There's a term people use a lot. It's called oil canning. And that's when the sheet metal, you'll hear it. It goes upside down. That's exactly what's happened here. See? Trying to get that to reverse. And let's see if it might. You got a lot of this collision kind of knocked out of it. So this sometimes will just, like this, the oil can term, it'll pop right to the other side of the indent. Lucked out. I lucked out. This is oil can 2. See? Give it a whack. I present to you one closer than it was hood. Still a little wobbly through here. This is up. This is low. I'm going to take this, the longer edge, stick it right there. So this is where he stopped welding, and the fatigue fell down in the collision. I'm going to support that, and I'm going to hit it off the edge of the I doubt this was very, very refined from the start. It's looking darn good. Yeah. It still looks like this is. Hear it? That's the oil can tone I was mentioning. There's something to be said for just seriously handling it, you know. Put the dolly up under this one. I'm working right on that really creased edge. Hear that? That's hitting the dolly. There's no dolly. Let's see what we can get. I'm going to give it the power of the rubber. Got some action through here with the lump. Yeah. And a lot of this is just in your hands. You run your hands over this. If you feel something that ain't right, work on it. Feels like a lump is up here. I mentioned power hammer, a term some might be familiar with. It's that exact action in a large machine frame. It's just, and you run this hood or any other material, does that job way faster. Real close. There's still a major indent right here. I think we're going for the big rubber bopper right in this area. You can almost see a map, right? You got all the paint broken, and then this is the valley.
Wow.
A lot closer than it was. Ooh-wee. I need a sip of a beverage. I'm all worked out. On this English wheel, I'm like 0. I'm number 1 on the learning curve on this machine. The fellow who introduced me to this probably going to cringe at what I'm about to do. He said, "You're more of a hot rodder than a coach builder." And I said, "Yeah, like for sure." So he gave me a lot of information on this, and he said, "Don't treat it as like, it's like a wheel. Treat it, this is a hammer. Even though it doesn't make the hammering, it does. It forms metal like a hammer would. And it's quiet. I'm going to try to take some more wrinkles out of this with this tool, but he was always like, wipe it with acetone. It's got to be super clean, yada, 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 especially if you're working with aluminum. But I'm about to put this rusty truck with paint and welds and all. So, hey, bear with me, please. I am more of a hot rodder than a coach builder. But this is a nice machine for sure. Looks like I do about half of this hood. And set it like so. And he gave me a little school, and it's pretty neat to learn. This is the guy who forms car bodies out of aluminum. I'm going to start running it like this over all those imperfections. You can hear when it hits the weld right there. I'm going to loosen up just a little bit so I can pull it through. That really hard corner, it was all messed up. Go in there, look, it's taking the dents right out.
That's cool.
So awesome. This machine was expensive. because it's a pro grade tool. He builds awesome aluminum car bodies. This style works for me in my caveman approach as well. See, I'm just kind of steering it around through these contours with all different wheels and radius on the dies, a lot like the tubing bender. You got a lot of choices of tooling. Stuff that I don't know much about. See, I'm kind of giving it a shimmy shake, doing like a left and right with my hand, steering it through it. See how much action's going on back here? At that end, it's not moving a lot. Right, coming around the bend. Oh, totally just fixed that when I watched it. So, right there. I'm going to tighten this up just a spell. Give it some more love. He had me do this little test where I took a flat piece of steel and I turned it into a dome, and then I made it flat again and reversed the dome. So it's like super interesting what you can do with sheet metal. I'm no pro. Just watching the guy learning. Dented portion again. Tighten it up a little more. Feeding the sheet. Not trying to put too much pressure on the material because I want it to come back to shape. I don't want it to grow or become deformed because that die will push this like wherever I want it. Come in like this. Closer, huh?
It looks, I'm like amazed right now. Holy smokers. I'm not shocked, but I'm amazed.
I'm shocked.
I've never seen anybody fix something like this.
It looked like a total wipeout, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm literally, like, everybody watching, I'm literally fascinated right now. That's why I'm being so quiet.
She likes me a little bit more.
Like, dang.
Right?
That's so cool because this truck is so cute.
She thought I was just a rock star. Turn the corner. Yes.
Wow.
It's coming back. So, Jamie, that's what this big frame in the corner is that I never use.
I knew you would use it eventually.
I was waiting for little Jewel.
There you go.
Hear that? That's where it's hammering. It's hitting that dent right into shape. We're getting very close. I think I'm done with this tool for the moment.
It's kind of crazy how it sat in that junkyard that we got it from. Hi, Lil.
Check it out. Inspect the fire.
Hi, girl.
Look at that.
Look, Lil. Good girl.
Yeah. Look at this thing. It's almost back in shape.
It's so cool. And
Shocking.
to think that it was just like sitting there in that junkyard and it would have went to the crusher, you guys.
The crusher.
Like the crusher. Good girl, Lil.
Bunny reference. Someone may remember. Such a good episode. Oh, Rama Lama Ding Dong. If that ain't back in shape, pretty darn close. Sometimes you luck out. This is a little ridge right here. I'm going to bring that dolly underneath. This is actually the weld seam. See how it's presenting now from going through the wheel? It's a little bit up. I'm going to push it down. Just wow. I've never fixed anything this dented. It's like just, I'm with you on this. Like, ooh, that worked.
Yeah, I'm super surprised. Well, not surprised, but just like, wow.
All right. So this face of the dolly is similar to the face of this. I put it under. I'm going to set this ridge down. Wow. mean, I'm not saying it's done, but let's just throw this on the hood of that truck.
I kind of want to go back outside and check it out too.
Huh?
I kind of want to go back outside and check it out
Gonna
too.
plug it on there. I'm going. It's cold. I'm going anyway.
Okay, give me a second.
It was kind of a mystery as to like, what did this thing look like, you know, before the incident.
OMG.
Look at that nose. Just wow.
What you think, Lil?
Good Lil.
What you think, Blue?
What do you think, Beast? Pretty groovy truck, eh? So, like, come on. This thing was, I mean, smashed. Check it out. The grill, this front portion is super smashed also. Look at the headlights all out of shape. But look at the nose. Still some, you know, work to be done through here, some welding. I'll probably gas weld it. That way it'll anneal this area, hammer it into shape. But that major punch in the face is like remedied.
That's so great.
Stoked.
Same.
Well, I think that wraps it up. Little Jewel is still intact.
Yay.
She's looking like the bullnose, whatever the heck it is. What a face.
A face only a mother or Ian could love.
I'm in love. Let's fix the rest of this next episode, shall we?
I love it.
See you soon.